Sounds like we're ready. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Good. Before I start, I have one announcement to make. Tomorrow there is going to be a group here from Costa Rica visiting the Spanish classes and checking out the school and things. So you're encouraged to stop by and get to know them. I think they're going to be at the tailgate at the football game tomorrow night as well. So you're encouraged to welcome them and just say hi to them. So that is the announcement that I had to make. So, all right. So I'm happy to be here. Of course, a lot of you have seen me around the hallways already this year. It's been really great for me to get to come here and spend some time here and get to know the school and get to know some of you as we get going here. So this morning, it's going to be hopefully nice and short for you. I am working with Community Health Partners in Sioux County here on, it's kind of a distracted driving campaign type of thing, and it's from AT&T, and it's called It Can Wait. And I'm just going to go through some things when it comes to distracted driving. One of the things I don't want you to think about is, oh great, Officer Paulin was up here and he's going to sit there and tell us not to text and drive and don't do this and don't do that. A lot of that type of thing you're probably going to hear and you're going to take away from this, but one of the things I want you guys to take away from this is you guys can actually make a difference. You guys can actually do something about it by not letting it happen and by, trying to make a difference with not only you, your parents, your peers, and even your siblings that are younger that are growing up. So a couple things that I want to go through. How many of these things relate to you guys? Maybe you text, Snapchat, check Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram while you're driving. Maybe somebody's watched a video while they've been driving. Or maybe you get to a red light or a stop sign and I'll quick check it a minute. Maybe some of you have seen your parents, okay, or older brothers and sisters. Maybe they're texting using an app or something when they're driving. I think it's safe to say that we all can say we've seen that person driving down the road that is just into their phone, right? We've all seen that. And we've probably all seen how dangerous it can be, okay? We're swerving all over the road, anything like that. How many of you guys expect a response, like instantly, from your friends when you send them a message? Do some of you expect that? Right? Maybe that's a reason why you want to look at your phone too, is because they maybe expect the same from you. 97% of you are probably going to sit here and agree that texting and driving is dangerous. I think we can all agree it's very dangerous. All right? 43% of teens have texted while they're driving. If I was to have everybody in here that has driven raise their hand if you've texted and driving, I'm not going to do that. You guys have known if you've done it. And I'm going to guess that it's probably at that 43% or it's probably a lot higher. All right? 75%, the behavior is common, at least amongst their friends. And then 89%, again, they expect that response. Some of the things that go on, and this is, again, something that AT&T has done some research on, so you can tell, nearly 4 in 10 are on social media when they're driving, 27% on Facebook, and you see the Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat percentages there. A lot of people are texting, emailing, surfing the net, taking a selfie. As much selfies and stuff goes on nowadays, from what I've seen, I'll bet you that's probably a little bit higher than 17%. Videos, video chat, all right? Other things, 30% of people who are on Twitter say they do it all the time when they're driving, and 27% will shoot videos while they're behind the wheel. And a lot of them, again, they're accessing social media. So today I'm gonna show you a couple videos, and if you ever get the time, go to YouTube and just type in AT&T It Can Wait. There's a lot of videos on there, and they're really good. They're true stories and stuff like that. So I've chosen a couple of them here for you today.
So I just confess that I text and drive.
If I get a text, I'll look at my phone.
It's definitely texting.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Snapchat. I do Snapchat and drive sometimes.
Is that like making Snapchats or watching them?
Making them.
Texting is like my main form of communication.
Boredom, honestly.
And B, well, no, I guess no, it's really just A.
I've only never done it at stoplights. I've always been really good about it.
The passenger has a pretty important role driving now, where they're like, oh, red light, red light.
If someone that you like texts you, you can't just let it sit there without just knowing what they said.
Because what if something exciting's happening or something happened?
Like, every time I do it, I think about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I just keep doing it.
So I'd like to, want to introduce you to a friend of ours.
My name is JC.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Dash.
Justin, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. I just really quickly want to have a chat, tell you what happened to me. When I was 21 years old, driving home from my college graduation ceremony, driver on his phone was so distracted, he turned left into the intersection at a red light. Another car, an 18-wheeler, swerved to miss him and hit my family's car. And the resulting collision actually killed both of my parents. I spent 2 months in the hospital fighting for my own life, and then 2 more months in a rehab hospital, learning how to walk again, learning how to speak again, learning how to dress myself and how to feed myself. I live with a partially paralyzed body. I didn't have my daddy to walk me down the aisle when I got married.
Having sort of met JC, because you look at JC and sort of give those same reasons.
Usually I use my phone to change a song on. I try to use it as little as possible, but
I'm not gonna look at my phone ever again.
Honestly, if I have been sitting at a red light, I'll glance down to see if my mom's texting me, but the people's lives that are impacted from something that is so stupid.
I can assure you on my drive home right now, I'm not going to use my phone and drive, and I'm not going to do it when I go to work tomorrow and the next day after that until, it becomes a habit, and that just doesn't happen at all.
I know this is hard, I'm sorry, it's hard for me too, but this is real. You have the power to really actually make a difference and do something about it.
Thank you.
All right, so usually true stories are the ones that make the biggest impact. And I can guarantee you there is a lot more things like that that have gone on. All right? All right, I need a volunteer. I was told to ask for a young man named Gideon. Is Gideon here? Come on up. You got your phone with you? All right, good. It's all right. You're just digging into snack time, right? All right, thanks for coming up. All right, so what I'm going to do here is hopefully I'm going to demonstrate for you some sort of some reaction time, all right? What I have here is, what do I got, eggs?
Eggs.
Okay, all right, Gideon. We are going to say that this is you and 3 of your friends in a vehicle, okay? Okay, so I want you to take your fingers, I want you to go like this. Okay, you are driving down the road, okay? You're paying full attention. As soon as I drop this, I want you to catch it, all right?
Okay.
Very good. Pretty good reaction time, right? Okay? All right, you got your phone with you?
Yes.
What is the last thing you did today? Did you text somebody, snap somebody? What's the last thing you did?
I think I texted my coach this morning.
All right, which coach was that?
Coach Kaming.
Coach Kaming, all right. So what I want you to do is open that, put your hand up again. I want you to text your coach that, I need you to put your hand up, all right? Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to text him again this morning. Okay, all right. So you can see, and just that simple experiment will show you just your reaction time is cut off by that much. Now, I told you that you were in the vehicle with 3 of your friends. Now, all these eggs are are broken. So just a quick reminder that your reaction time when you are on your phone is diminished greatly. So, all right? Okay? Thank you, Gideon, for coming up here. I appreciate it. Okay? Give him a hand, all right? You want some eggs?
Yeah, thank you.
No, I'll throw them away. So Gideon had really good reaction time when he wasn't on his phone. I mean, he caught that thing probably, an inch or two down. He did very, very well. Okay, and I'm assuming that lots of you guys would probably do the same thing. And a lot of you would probably do the same thing. There's no way you'd catch that because you are in your phone. So hopefully that's a good reminder for you. All right, so maybe there's some reasons that you're on your phone. You don't want to miss out on anything, all right? You don't want to be left out. Somebody sends me a text or email, that's kind of a common theme. You expect people to get back to you right away. You want people to get back to you right away. I'm at a red light, maybe it's fine. All right, it's a habit, only takes a second. As you've seen when I dropped the bag, it only took him a second to miss that bag too, right? What happens if you're driving down the road, all right? How many of you guys have found yourself on the other side of the road before? Some of you probably have. I think it's pretty safe to say a lot of us have, okay? There's good news. Like I said in the beginning, you guys can really make a difference, okay? How would you feel if one of your family members was in an accident because you were texting them? One of your friends, okay? What if you were the result of an accident because you were on some sort of social media site? Okay, you don't want to be the result of anything like that. Within the last 5 years, I just give you one example that I'm not going to say it was any fun for me, but I had to go to an accident where somebody rear-ended one of those big semis, and it's got the side dump where they haul rocks. Truck was sitting waiting to turn to its left. Car behind him ran right into the back of him, no brake marks, on their phone. Okay? The person driving was pregnant, never had their baby. Very, very sad, all right? These things are happening all over the place. Okay? This happened in our county. There's things that happen on a daily basis, okay, in our country. All right, so here's another true story. A young man named Caleb, all right, and they're going to talk to some of his family members.
What happened here?
I had gone to school that day, everything was normal, rode the bus home. My dad got a call on his cell phone, and it was the sheriff. He asked if he could come by. The sheriff got out of the car, and then a preacher from the town also got out from the car, and they stood on both sides of my dad. He just bent down and put his hands on his knees and looked down, and then I remember him looking back over his shoulder at me, just looking at me and shaking his head. And then they motioned me over and they told me. I crouched down and just said no, 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 and just started crying.
I was at a middle school basketball game. I was in 7th grade, just watching the game like I would on any other Wednesday night. I got a phone call from my dad. Hey, we need you to get home as quick as you can. We have a driveway that's about 1/10 of a mile long. You come around the bend and I saw all the cars there, and I knew at that moment, something was really wrong.
It was in December of 2009. My oldest son, Caleb, he was 18 years old. He had just finished his first semester of college. He decided he was going to go Christmas shopping with a friend. On the way, he looked down at his phone to read a text message, and he veered into the oncoming lane. There was an SUV carrying a horse trailer with 6 horses in it, and he hit them head on, and it killed him instantly. He had so much to live for, and just the happiest kid you'd ever know, and all of it's gone because he had to read that text message. And it wasn't even an important message. It was something about what road are you on. And I think that's what some people don't realize. The messages that are being sent back and forth when people are driving, they're silly messages that don't mean anything.
It just takes one little thing while you're going 55 miles per hour in a car to mess everything up forever. We'll never get to talk to Caleb again. You know, we'll never get to do regular day things with Caleb again. We used to go on Sundays and play baseball, and something that simple, taken for granted before, it's gone now. I can still talk to him, but I'll never hear back from Caleb.
Caleb was an amazing person, and he had a good heart, and he loved people. But he was a person. He was real. He was so real. He was bad at sports. He was goofy. He made the stupidest remarks sometimes, but he did this one thing, and he thought that it wouldn't matter, but it did. It's so easy to not die from this, and it's just don't do it. I don't want people to have the same story that we do, you know, the same sadness and depression that we carry around. I don't want people to have that.
Just trying to, you know, hold the family together was tough. As soon as I got out of the bed, I would make the bed so I wouldn't get back in it. You can't get back in the bed and cover your head up and give up. You have to keep going for the other kids, and Caleb would want you to. Of course, I had a lot of time alone that I cried a lot. I never thought I could cry so many tears in all my life. There's not going to be an end to this grieving for me, not for your child. You just don't stop that grieving ever, I don't think. Every single day, a day doesn't go by that I'm not thinking about him in some way or reminded of him. This is my life now, and I just have to keep going for him and try to help another family from having to go through this. I do it any chance I get. If I cry a little bit, it's okay because it's for Caleb. And I love him still with all my heart, so. I would like to give him one more hug.
All right. So again, if you want to watch more of these videos, there's a lot of good ones that are out there, real stories, all right, of people's lives that have been impacted by this. How can you help make a change? It's said that 9 out of 10 of you would probably stop if your peers asked you to while you were in the vehicle. I encourage you to do that. Okay, if you're in the car with somebody, take their phone, put it in your pocket. Let them concentrate on what's important. Driving, the road, all right? That's what's important, okay? Put your phone down if you're in the driver's seat. Shut it off, all right? Ask your family and friends to do the same thing. Okay, there's other things you can do. The AT&T's got a pledge. Take a pledge, all right? You can go online. I'm going to show you a screen here in just a little bit that shows you how many have taken the pledge recently. You can speak up, talk to your family and friends, assign a designated texter, give your phone to your friend. That's one of the things I've started doing, especially when I'm in the vehicle with my family, all right? My phone goes off, I just give it to my wife, and she said, hey, it's from so-and-so, what do you want to say? And I just tell her. It's that simple, right? I know, I get it. You're in your vehicle, you're driving down the road, or even when it probably even happens when you're in class, you feel your phone buzz or whatever, okay? You want to look at it. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me, I got a notification, you want to look at it, I get it. But we have to realize that no life is worth looking at it. It really isn't. So, and they also have an app, all right? Here's the pledge. Over 29 million have taken it, and that was a couple days ago that I seen that. Go ahead and get the app and, put it on auto mode, and you don't use it, all right? I encourage you to take it seriously, all right? Nothing's worth a life, okay? Hopefully we've shown you that today. All right, so that is all I have. Short and to the point. You should have some extra time to get something to eat and drink out there, but I thank you for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.